Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live.
Let Thrive.
There
we go.
What's up, Myka, man?
What's up, man? I'm chilling. Life's good. Taking care of my wife all day. But yeah, life's good. How about on your end?
Same here, man. I've been taking care of my wife too, for the past week. Yeah, week and a half. Yeah, or a little, almost 2 weeks. Yeah. You tell me first why you taking care of your wife?
Oh yeah, she had the wisdom teeth removed, so so she can't really talk and all that. So feeding her the mashed potatoes, the jellos, and ice creams and all that. So
okay.
yeah, she's coming around though. She just had it this morning, so.
Oof. Yeah, I've had that before. It sucks, dude. Yeah. Mine they had to go. Because they were like they say how the teeth under your gums can wrap around the nerve. So they have some people they have to break it apart.
Yeah.
And so mine, they had to shatter all of mine and pull them out piece by piece, which yeah, that was painful.
Ooh, man.
But recovery sucked too because I can't take the good drugs, man.
Oh, damn.
The hydrocodones and stuff, I'm allergic, so I can't take the good stuff. So just Tylenol and try to bear and grin it,
Man, you can take some pain then, man. You can't take that. You can take some pain.
But nothing to compare to what my wife went through. She had her gallbladder out.
Really?
Last Tuesday. And so crazy thing, it was supposed to be like, they say they're pretty routine surgeries now and you recover pretty quickly, in and out in one day.
Yeah.
But hers was so bad that they pulled it out, it kind of disintegrated inside of her. So they had to they had to get it out piece by piece, rock by rock. There's a lot of stones in there.
Oh.
And so then they stuck a tube inside of her stomach to like monitor if there's any bio leakage because it was so bad.
Yeah.
But so she wore that thing, had a tube coming out of her with a little bag thing, and she but luckily nothing bad was coming out, so no leaks or nothing. So they Monday she got it out. They pulled it out of her, that was another trip because they pulled this big old long freaking tube out of her stomach, just pulling like a magician pulls a freaking thing out of her.
Yeah, man.
It was just, I was like, God dang, that was just crazy. But but she's doing better. She's recovering. So I had to step up and watch the babies and stuff like that. And we're here at my dad's right now. This is this upstairs add-on kind of room. Well, built it with the house. It's like their game room and stuff. And so just ready to. I'm glad to hop back on the cast. It's been a while.
Yeah, man, definitely. We've both been busy, life sometimes happens, so, but it's good that she's better, man. She's back to thriving,
Yeah.
Yeah, watching that type of stuff, man, it's painful. You're like, dang, watching a person you love sit there, you can't really help them, so. Man.
Here's what's, it made me think of, like, going through something like that.
Yeah.
It's like you and I are lucky. Well, we put ourselves in good positions because, you got your streams of income, and I got my, 4 streams of income. And so it's like, to me, I took a week off of work without pay. I just gave my shifts away because I already done my vacations for this year. And so I just I had to do it. I had to stay at home with the babies and stuff. But luckily I have other sources of income and I was able to do something like that. A lot of people could just, paycheck to paycheck with no other sources of income. Right. And what happens if you get sick? What happens if you like break a leg or whatever? You're out of work, man. Everything can go to hell really quick.
For real.
And so it's good. I know people are comfortably numb at work and jobs. I never want to try real estate. I never want to try this or that or my own business. I never thought of that. Man, I think it's pretty necessary, not just an option in life. I think it's necessary to at least come up with one other source of income because, like you said, life happens.
Yeah, you got to have some FU money, man.
You got, or at least be like a prepper in a way, like they say that preppers, they talk
there you go
at home, but we're like be an economical prepper, I guess. I don't know.
Straight up, man. You have to have multiple streams because it's some people can't take that time off work, they'll lose their job.
They can't, dude. Those are the people coming into work they all use all their sick days already, and then they come into work with the flu, getting everybody sick. You're like, man,
Damn. Man, or you have the people who got all the sick days in the world still come to work sick, so they ain't got to use them. For real, you're like, oh man, come on, stay at home with that, man.
Yeah. So this is episode 105 of your. See, it took us a while to get there, but episode 105.
106, man.
106. I'm sorry.
You shortchanged us.
106 episodes of Live, Let Thrive. This is cool, man. We've stuck to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Highs and the lows, thick and thin. We're still going at it, and our fan base is really digging it. So that makes us happy. That makes me happy. I know it makes you happy too.
Yeah, man. And then it's like this week. Well, these last 2 weeks, we've been making a whole load of notes of what's been going on with not only in Arlington, but just in Airbnb in general. You know, with the shooting that happened. I think 5 were killed in an Airbnb shooting.
Yeah, 5 people killed at a house party in Oakland, right?
Or I think it was somewhere out there, but and then Airbnb, I think I'll let you go into your rant about Airbnb's actions to immediately say that, hey, we're going to verify 7 million listings that are listed. So I know you had a rant about that. You were like, what?
So they can verify me all they want, man. They can cancel me if they want. They know I'm a money maker for them. So they come at me and cancel me, do whatever. I'm going to go to corporate. I'm going to hop out, bounce. I'm going to do my thing. They can do whatever the hell they want, verify me. Because, and it's just like I'm not beholden to them. I mean, you can't even, like you said, it's another source of income, but you can't be beholden to that either. You gotta be able to be flexible. And so I've been planning to hop out of the Airbnb game at that house because Arlington has banned Airbnb and they're starting to give people tickets and stuff like that. So I'm just, man, I don't even want to mess with it. Yeah. And so I'm just gonna switch it up to the corporate world and travel nurse world and see how that goes, man.
Yeah, it was two interesting things you said about that. You were like with them saying that they're gonna verify all the listings. You were like, it almost sounds like they're immediately blaming the host for this happening. And then, which I was like, yeah, it is an interesting viewpoint. I was like, yeah, that's how it comes off. And then you were like, there's something else you said about it. You were like, it's like they're immediately blaming the host. And he goes, and then you said, oh yeah, you were like, the only reason they're saying that is because their IPO is coming, so they're trying to clean up the books, make everything look nice and sweet. I was like, yeah, that is a good point, because I had told you I lost contact with all my listings for like 15 minutes. Like a week ago, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Like I logged in, it says 0 listings. I'm like, whoa. So that kind of like maybe like, oh shit, hold on. So then I was like, well, but like 15 minutes later, all my listings were there, but I didn't call them or nothing. I didn't have time to call them. I was in the middle of a meeting. But and that made me think like maybe they did verify all the listings. I don't know, because I did get a message about my listing in New Orleans saying that, hey, I have to supply a number or I can't host down there no more. So I don't know.
Supply a phone number?
A hotel license number.
Oh, because they're real strict over there.
But I don't think I will, because I'm gonna send paperwork in saying, "Hey, this is a timeshare. I ain't got to do none of that. It's already in the system." So, but yeah, it's
covering their asses. They're covering their asses. They're showing like, I mean, a mass shooting happens at one of their Airbnbs. They gotta respond in some way, right?
Yeah.
And the funniest shit was, okay, to the outside world, they're like, wow, they're banning party houses. That's good. That's good for Airbnb, And us insiders are like, you can't freaking ban party houses. People don't advertise their shit as party houses. They just have a big ass house that is prone to parties. They don't sit there and say, hey, come stay at my party house and trash it while you're here. Nobody does that.
Trash it while you're here.
Nobody does that. But they're just big houses that happen to be perfect for parties. They're not. What are you going to do? Ban any house over 3 bedrooms, 2 bath? What are you going to do? How are you going to ban party houses?
Yeah. Well, I think what they're going to do is, my only thinking was they're going to uncheck that, take that box off. Like, hey, this place is suitable for parties and events. Which, yeah, that's what I think they're going to do. But I think, because I talked to a couple other people that check that box to let people know, hey, we have a big backyard. You can't throw a wedding here or something like that. But, even at that, the people that plan those type of party houses, they usually have constructed parties, not these types of parties you're having where people just renting out an Airbnb and going in there throwing this big ass party. It hasn't happened to me yet, knock on wood. But I mean, I don't know if Airbnb can control that. It's one of those things where, let's say you do take that little check mark of you can have a party and event there, you can still tell people, hey, we host weddings here, etc. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It does seem like Airbnb is attacking the host instead of doing thorough background check on the guests. You know what I mean? If they're throwing parties, then just ban them from your platform. You know what I mean? There's nothing the host can really do to control that. But, Airbnb always finds someone to blame, usually the host. And this is a perfect time to do it with their IPO coming. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I bet a lot of those party houses bring in some good money, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Party. Like, I know somebody who does in Dallas. They charge $300 up a night.
Ooh.
Yeah, easy.
Nice. I want to read it real quick.
Go ahead.
If you haven't already, go to our iTunes and or YouTube account and leave us a review about our show. It really helps us out a lot. And we've been getting some good reviews. And this review is from Travel Sop, or whoever Travel Sop is. But they said, love your enthusiasm for all things real estate and the concept of passive income. Your enthusiasm is contagious.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Travel Sop, for that. And we got another one. Did I read the other one too? The other one's pretty cool. It goes, listen to 100th episode, literally life-changing. I've been so sick of so many Joker amateur podcasts that don't get down to the nitty-gritty, because the facts are they don't know the nitty-gritty. These guys are the real deal. They don't just talk to us about service-level Airbnb stuff like sheets and lock systems like most other podcasts, but instead get real deep into the finances and give you actionable steps to grow your business. Thank you, guys. That's Taylor Colangelo. She's going to be a guest on our show in the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I talked to her. Yeah, seems like a cool person.
Cool. Yeah, she's going to get us into the Florida market.
Oh yeah. Florida market's a good market to get into.
And just a teaser on that episode. If you're thinking of investing in Orlando, she's saying it's very saturated over there.
Kissimmee, Orlando and Kissimmee is very saturated.
Super sad. They're building whole communities that are Airbnb communities over there. That's how hardcore it is. Oh, you gotta represent if you're gonna try to make a buck over there, man.
I would say if you go anywhere in Florida where you really want to catch some cash, which I don't know. Well, this is where I catch my cash off my timeshares, Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
Fort Lauderdale, the hitter. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
I love
the Florida market. Miami too, but it's gonna be saturated. But yeah, Fort Lauderdale's that hitter.
Miami, they were the ones doing that $20,000 fine BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of got swatted down by the government, saying you can't do excessive fines like that.
Really?
Yeah. Some lady sued them over these $20,000 fines she was getting. They said that was too excessive. Damn. So they were trying to kill Airbnb in Miami.
Damn,
they got like you said, they got powerful hotel industry there. So
yeah.
But just out in the outskirts of Miami, you can still Airbnb, no problem.
Oh yeah. So did you hear about the snitches? And this is for everybody who's in those Facebook groups. There were some snitches in there, or some moles, as people call it. They got caught up, man. They were screenshotting people that were complaining about Airbnb guests. So there were people who were sharing personal information. They got screenshotted. So yeah, get careful in those groups. Be careful what you're posting. Yeah, I know sometimes you want to. The one that got caught all the heat was the Airbnb blacklist group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they were already kind of shady. I'm not gonna say they were shady, but there were some complaints about that group being racist and all types of other shit. So yeah, it was. Yeah, be careful what you post in the groups, especially if you're posting people's personal information, like your guest personal information. Block that stuff out. I understand your complaints, but those groups caught some heat that made Business Insider caught it and had a whole article on it. So,
dang, you can't hide on the internet anymore, man. You can't. Especially on Facebook, that's a bad place to hide.
Yeah. Well, everything's public record.
But that's like an actionable. I would suggest y'all, listeners out there, if you haven't already, join some of these Facebook groups on these Airbnb Facebook groups, because you do learn a lot. And I mean, the thing is, you get good advice, you get bad advice. And so, like, if I asked a question, like I asked the other day, I was asking about making, renting out by room at my spot. That's I rent out the whole thing Airbnb right now, 3-bedroom, which is kind of like a 4th bedroom. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and I rented out like the whole thing, but I'm gonna switch it up to like a travel nurse type, thing. And you were telling me that travel nurses are kind of cheap. They don't want to they don't want to pay $2,500 a month for a spot. They want to pay, 800, 900 bucks a month for a spot, and fine, you just get 1 bedroom though. But so I was just asking advice. I was thinking of making each bedroom, since they do like doing that, and people like chilling in their rooms, making each bedroom like maybe like a nice pull out couch that pulls out to a queen bed, comfortable queen bed. And I just put it out there in the group and trying to get advice, and half the people are like, hell no, people are. And they said what you said, travel nurses come to town. They work long hours. They want to sleep good in a real bed. And the other half is saying, well, I don't think the younger ones wouldn't mind too much, and then they could make it into a living room when they're not using it as a bedroom. And yeah, they can have their own chill spot. And so I got feedback, about 50-50. And from that, you can just kind of formulate your own plan. And some people will, they point out things you never even thought about. And like I thought about putting a little kitchenette in each room, and then some people started pointing out, well, you got to worry about bugs or pests or this, that, or the smells from the cooking. And I was like, oh yeah, I just thought of, okay, maybe just a little coffee and tea area with some, a little microwave, maybe something like that. Not just go ahead, where they can stock up I could put a little fridge in there. I don't know. I mean, they give you a bunch of ideas. So I would join as many of those groups as you can, and just start throwing out questions, and people answer them, and good and bad advice, but you got to decipher which is right for you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, because I don't do kitchenettes, but I do the refrigerator microwave. And like I stopped doing the coffee in the room because they spill it. So I do the coffee in the I just do like cooking, coffee, stuff like that. I do it in the main areas, the common areas. But yeah, renting out by room is starting to be really profitable. A lot of people are hopping on that game. Only because like you can get 4 traveling nurses in a 4-bedroom house, man. You that's money right there. Like imagine, and then let's say you charging $700 for the smaller rooms, and you can charge $1,100 for the big room. 700 times 3, 2,100 plus another 11. You're looking at about $3,000 something. Your mortgage come out to $1,600. Then lights, water, gas. Let's say everything's $2,000 in all. You're making $1,100 a month off a house.
Man, that's good. That's good money.
That's good cash flow. You know what I mean? So depends on how you look at it. But yeah, the renting by room, a lot of people are hopping on that. I've heard a guy on Bigger Pockets talk about it.
The episode today?
No, I haven't heard the one today.
Okay. Never mind.
But if he was talking about it, I know a lot more people are hopping on it. Especially in markets where like Steve's doing it, because we're in a market where it's banned. So that's another way to go around it. If it's banned, rent to travel nurses by room. Go ahead, Steve.
No, yeah, well, the guy today was talking about, and that brings me to another part of it, because like I said, I got a 3-2 technically, but then I have a huge add-on room, which could be another bedroom, and then like a second, like a dining room area, which nobody uses dining rooms anymore, that I pretty easily close off with like a wall right there, and I could make that like, it could be like a 5-bedroom house, man. And so that's what I'm thinking like that, more bang for the buck.
Yeah. And
the living room, kind of make it where more people could chill out if they wanted to, but each room I want to have it's its own independent thing, And and that guy on Bigger Pockets today was talking about, that's what he does in DC. He gets houses that are 3-2s, and he makes them 5-bedroom, 2-bath or 3 baths, and it's so unique. And it's expensive over there, but he makes houses. People are looking for these houses that are 4 or 5 bedrooms, and there's not a lot of them. They're all 3-2s. So he corners the market in that one thing, and he's still able to cash flow. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you could add another bedroom to your spot, and and see, I've heard it this way that, well, when you resell it, you kind of wanted that open concept, and you closed off the thing with the wall. But I'm not trying to sell it right now. I'm trying to make it, make money as a rental. And so I know I can also take that wall back down if in the future I wanted to sell it and cash out. But yeah, I mean, get the biggest bang for your buck on your house. Why not?
Yeah, and I think that like even when you go to reselling single family homes, I look at it like this: when it's a single family home, you have multiple people interested. investors and people trying to buy a house, so it opens you up to more opportunity with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like duplexes, multifamilies, you have one type of person looking, just an investor, so it's a little bit different how you break it down. But yeah, with a house, single family home, man, everybody's looking to buy a house. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So you know, I think you're all good with however you break it down.
And I heard, and speaking of, you know, buying and selling single family homes, I heard something that kind of put me at ease the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on another podcast. And this guy came on, he was talking about, you know, they always ask about, well, you know, what are you afraid of, a downturn or a crash or this and that? And you know, they've been saying that shit for the last 5 years now. People have been scared of something like that. But anyways, he well, the way he laid it down in a way I didn't even think about it before. He's saying that okay, he studied, you know, the history of real estate in this country, and you know, for the most part it's going up, and with help of inflation and all that stuff, you know. And what he said was that he's looked at the history whenever recessions did happen. He goes, and at the most, he goes, he could see, you know, take like a 1 or 2% dip during those recessions. You know, real estate would go down just a little bit, you know, and then be back up a little bit, but go back up, with the exception, of course, to 2008 when the crash happened, or the recession, big recession. And he said that it took a 20% dip. Oh, you know, nationwide. Of course, here it didn't hit too bad, you know, DFW area, but LA, you know, Vegas, New York, Miami, they all fucking got, you know,
coastal cities.
Yeah, coastal. And so anyways, he said that, but if you look back at that recession, it was caused by the housing, you know, regulations that were going on at the time, where somebody with just a pulse could go and sign for 10 houses without them verifying your credit, or verifying your employment, or verifying no cash down. This just some scrub off the street can get 10 houses in his name like that. And he goes, that was what caused the crash. So that obviously that, you know, the real estate dipped a whole bunch because of that. But now it's a lot harder to get a house. And, you know, trust me, if I could get 10 houses right now, I would. But you got to save up a down payment. At least, you know, if you're not house hacking, you got to save up 20%, which is a lot of fucking money. And pardon my French. And but, you know, if you're house hacking, you could do 3.5 whatever percent each time you hop to the next house. But that being said, it's a lot harder to get to accumulate houses than it was.
Because the last reception happened because you started letting somebody with 500 credit score get a house. For real. Yeah, man. Like that was a huge trend I noticed too. Like anybody, you were getting houses to everybody.
People with repos, people with foreclosures were getting houses. I mean, it's just insane. It was the Wild West. But anyways, it's recovered and then some since then. And he said if there is another recession, you know, it's cyclical. There might, you know, probably be another recession. It won't be because of housing. And in that regard, it won't do another 20% dip. Like, he doesn't think it'll do another 20% dip. It might go down, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3%. But if you just hold on for the long term, you'd be all right.
Yeah, and also we have to look at the markets too. Like you just said, Texas didn't get hit like that. But where I was living at.
Moving here, man. How is it going to go down if everybody from Cali selling their little shack for $1 million and coming in with cash money and buying up $300,000 and $400,000 houses thinking they're cheap? How's it gonna drop here? You
know, this is actually if there would be one place in Texas that would get hit hard if they were going through like a recession or something. I'm gonna tell you where that is. That's Austin. Austin. Possibly Frisco, but Austin, I can see it getting really hard because Austin's expensive. And they're expensive because of people, Oregon, Washington, California. Every time I talk to those people, it's like I've consulted with people from there who are thinking about moving to Texas, and they always ask me, hey, because, you know, I'm from the Oregon, Washington area. They ask me, hey, how's Texas? First place they tell me they're going, yeah, I'm going to Austin. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Austin. Every one of them I talk to, they're going to Austin. And they're like dropping. They're like, yeah, it's so cheap down there. I'm like, to us Texans, man, you say Austin, that shit, Austin, that's expensive, you know. But that's the reason why it's expensive is those people going down there, cash money, dropping money on houses, man. And like, yeah, I could see Austin, Frisco, kind of, because Frisco still has stuff coming in, and so does Austin. But yeah, Austin, man, Austin's getting mad expensive, crazy.
It's a little Silicon Valley over there, man.
Yeah, it is. And Dallas still got, you know, because Dallas got Uber coming. Uber's coming to Dallas. So, you know, and yeah, Austin.
Now the strange thing, like you say, yeah, Austin, the downtown and surrounding area proper, that's very, very expensive. And that's where all the hipsters want to live. But if you just go out, I mean, there's so much freaking land in Texas. If you go out just a little bit, it gets dirt cheap again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the commute would suck. But still, if you just go out just a little bit around Austin and, you know, between Austin, San Antonio, or a little bit up this way,
and all that.
Yeah, it's freaking dirt cheap still. So, I mean, hey, good idea. We might try to get in the way of progress. Go buy some stuff around that area.
I wonder how expensive Pflugerville is. See, Pflugerville would be really nice to live in, like right north. I think it's north Austin a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You can get like Pflugerville. Round Rock's a little far north. But yeah, like Pflugerville, then going to the south side. New Braunfels a little too far south, but like between like New Braunfels and Austin, like in that area, yeah.
It wouldn't be except for the commute because you're dealing with stupid traffic every day. Think
about that. Austin can't contain how many people are moving. It only has one damn freeway.
One freeway going through it, man.
135. The Mopac's there, and then you got the Nopac's there, and they built the tollway. But just to get downtown, one freeway in and out, man, hell no. Mm-hmm. By the way, the people that are moving to Austin, if you ain't never sat in traffic, I'd take Dallas, Texas traffic over Austin traffic.
At least we have other routes.
Yeah, you can take multiple routes. Austin, you get on 35, you're jacked. You ain't getting nowhere.
Austin's, man, it's like a little LA over there. They even got all the homeless people like LA got.
Yeah, they have a real bad homeless problem in Austin, man. Real bad. Yeah.
Pooping needles.
But yeah, man. But I was reading this book called Strength Finders, Gallup Strength Finders. It's just to like show you your strengths and your weaknesses, and mainly your strengths. It doesn't focus on your weaknesses; it focuses on your strengths. And I was telling people, man, everybody should read this little snippet and grab their strengths. Mine like described me to the T. I can't remember all of them, but it was like you're deliberative and it described me to a T. And I would tell people it's called Strength Finders by Gallup or something. Matter of fact, hold up. For the people watching the YouTube or the video, this is a cool little, and you ain't even got to read the whole book. It's just a little thing, and it helps you find your strengths. And the thing about your strengths, it tells you like your strengths in business. It's this book right here called Strength Finder 2.0, created by Gallup by Tom Rath. This like really opened me up. I was like, damn, it helped me like understand what I was good at. But definitely, you guys should look at that, especially people that are looking to own a business, start a business. Make your business passive. That might not even be for you, like making it passive. You know what I mean? And be like, you're more hands-on, you know, or things like that. So, yeah, just a little tidbit y'all should read. It's a really good book. Strength
Finders. Okay. I'm going to check it out, man.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how much it is, but my job you gave it to us. Go ahead.
Okay. Tell them, how many did they have you like write down a few of your strengths and weaknesses?
No, it gives you, it like gives you like this, it's a total of 34, but they break down your top 5. Mine was like deliberative, analytical. I forgot what it was, but man, it really like once I sat down and looked at it, it really told me what I was. I was like, dang, that is me, you know. But it's a really, it really dives deep into, because in business, you really need to focus on your strengths. You should outsource your weaknesses and focus on your strengths. You know, because that's when like business starts to take its toll, is when you start focusing on your weaknesses, trying to do everything. Focus on your strengths. You know what I mean? I think you said that last week. You focus on your strengths, you'll grow. Yeah. You know, you tack that one thing.
Yeah. It's funny you even mentioned that book, because I was in my show notes. I put it on there today, and I just from this whole ordeal that I've been going through. You know, we had a baby a month ago. We have a 1 month old baby. Mm-hmm. And so we had that. And then of course, you know, getting no sleep and waking up, feeding the baby, changing diapers and all that, you know, helping the wife out. Cause after they have a baby, they've been through a lot. They're stressed out. And so just a few weeks later, she had her gallbladder surgery because it really needed to come out. And so just going through those two things, it's been a rough couple of weeks. It's been a rough month and a half, actually. But everything's good. What I wrote down in the show notes was identifying weaknesses. And you mentioned that book, Strengths, and, you know, finding your strengths, whatever, mm-hmm. Strength Finder. Yeah. And I put on here, I was like, I noticed these. I'm starting to notice things more. And for me, one of some of my weaknesses is asking for or receiving help is hard for me. I guess I'm hard headed a lot. I like to try to do everything myself. I like to say now, I could, I can handle two babies and then and an alien wife. I could do all that stuff by myself, and just
Mhm.
man, I was worn the hell out trying it by myself for that week,
Yeah.
until we're here at my dad's right now. But I just was yeah, it was a beat down. My mom, my mom's in a wheelchair, but she was able to, I picked her up. She came by and she helped, at least hold the baby and feed the baby, stuff like that. While I was giving attention to my 2-year-old and my wife. And but I just, yeah, even just doing that was hard for me to ask for help. And so that's a real hurdle I need to get through, because people like to help. But I always just in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I'm putting people out. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be indebted to people, kind of thing too,
Yeah.
And then I guess a hard one for me. I mean, if we're throwing it all out there, is I would say it's hard for me to sympathize with people's situations.
Really?
And in a way, yeah. I mean, it's like, like, I don't know. I guess growing up, it's just like, you fall down and get your ass back up. What do you gonna cry about it? It's kind of like that's the environment I grew up in. And then when I see someone like, going through something and then kind of like, feeling sad for themselves and stuff like that, I'm like, I try to sympathize with them, but I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, come on, just get over this shit. You got this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And well, like, your wife's a physical trainer, so she probably straddles the fence too with being too hard on people or being not hard enough. You gotta know when to push them and know when to pull back a little bit too. And that's hard for me to do with people. I don't like. I kind of just want to say, get your ass back up, get in there. Or, why you crying over this shit? People with no arms are doing more shit than you, kind of like thing. That stuff enters my mind. But then I'm thinking, no, not everybody is like like we are. Kind of.
Yeah.
I gotta sympathize with how they, what environment they came up in,
Yeah.
and I just gotta just give people time and just relax. That's the hard part. Compassion is like kind of hard for me. Compassion and asking for help.
Man, asking for help is super hard for me. But what helped me with asking for help is I had 2 jobs and they both told me I was like that. They're like, man, you'll spend an hour or 2 hours trying to figure something out by yourself instead of just coming to ask somebody for help. I was like, oh, I guess that's just like that gives me a rush trying to figure it out myself. But yeah, asking for help is one that I struggle with. Sympathizing, I'm pretty good at sympathizing with people depending on the situation. Like, one thing and this is all pretty much about knowing yourself truly. Because one thing I'm starting to know about myself is, like, I don't like to see people hurt. Like, if they're hurt, like with Mahogany having her surgery and knowing she's limited, I'm like, oh man, let me try to make sure you're good. You know what I mean? That's one thing I never knew about myself. Like, and I think I really found that out when Malachi was born, because when Malachi was born, she had a C-section. When you have a C-section, you are down for count, and just like seeing that, and it's like you sit there and it's like, I'm not a doctor. I can't really help. I'm more of a control person. So when I had to learn to give up control, like, I'm very much a control person. That's why it's very easy for me to outsource stuff, and then I can just have control over it. If something goes wrong, tell me, and I can control it from the top. But if I don't have that control, I have to, like, man, that's one thing that gives me anxiety if I lose control. That shit just makes me anxious. That's just like, oh, fuck. I ain't got control over this situation. And it made me understand, what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to let go and just let God, or however everyone wants to put it. You know what
exactly
I'm saying?
What I was thinking at this.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, I struggle with that, man. Like, if I ain't got the control, like, if I can't do it, if I have to leave it in somebody else's hands. But I'm working on that, though. Yeah, man, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses is
just like
powerful.
The older sisters I work with, they're always saying, give it to God, let God do it, let God worry about it. I can't just give it to God. I got to figure this out,
I got to figure this out. Straight up, man. Sometimes you got to have it like that. You got to go figure it out. But it sometimes you go figure it out, it puts you in another place. And, I figured this out, that level of completion, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's life is about having a balance of not too much of this, not too much of that. I was actually talking to my mom about balance, because we were, she runs my Airbnbs out in Arkansas. We were talking about how to run them and doing business with family, doing business without family. And because I have a different perspective. My mom's more, she does business with family. She mixes business and family as one. I separate. Like my mom, like if somebody needs help, she'll use them as the business. You know, I'm kind of seeing how I explain this. If someone asks me for help, I'll use what I make from my business to help them. You know what I mean? My mom makes personal and business together. You know, we just kind of had a conversation about it. And after I was like, you know, I get into my little rants about why you should separate it. She said something. She said something about herself too. She goes, man, you're right. But it's hard. But she goes, I feel too obligated. I ain't going to do that. I'm like, you know, but it's knowing yourself though. Once you know yourself and know you like that, it's cool. You know what I mean? You can, but you know, and because I told her how me and Mahogany is a perfect balance. Is Mahogany, like we use we were talking about giving, how you give to people and give to people. Like I'm not very giving, but Mahogany is very giving, so it balances out. So we don't ever give too little, and we don't ever give too much. It's a balance. So like your partner, your life partner, your wife or life partner, whatever it is, it should usually help you balance that stuff out. So. Yeah.
I mean, just look at you remember, you know, Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, or the guy that stole McDonald's from the other guys.
Yeah.
What did his wife do with all the money as soon as he died? She gave it all away to charity. Every single penny of his life's work, she gave it all away to charity. Yeah. Bought a McDonald's house, all this kind of foundation, she gave it all away. So I mean, he was stressing and worrying and doing business, trying to get more and more and more, and then what? Peace out, bro. I'm gonna just give all your money away.
I mean, that tells you her balance was gone. She like, forget it, give it all away.
She don't need. It's just enough to live on and give the rest to charity. I mean, that's that. Yeah, it's two different mentalities right there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's cool, man. It's life. It's figuring things out, and you know, it's funny. Because my friend Mary and on Facebook, she was she asked the question was she goes, yeah, I'm gonna rent out a bedroom to like a friend of the family or something like that, and she goes is 500 a good price? And of course people are chiming in this and that. And I chime in with my expertise in Airbnb and expertise in real estate a little bit. Well, give me some more details. You know, do they got their own bathroom? How big is the room? You know, will they have access to this or that? Or they got cable? They got to pay any bills? And she's like, well, you know, it's all bills paid, and it's like he's gonna have the whole upstairs. You know, he'll have his bedroom, then the whole upstairs loft, and this and that. And I was like, well, I'll tell you what, you could charge, you know, 800 to 900 pretty easy, because you're gonna have like a whole loft, this whole, you know, apartment kind of thing going on. And if I threw that on Airbnb, I'd try to look to get $1,100, $1,200 a month for that, for the whole, you know, top upstairs. He goes, but I said, and that's still a good deal because this, that. And she's like, well, you know, she started arguing me a little bit. You know, he's a you know, friend of my husband's, and this and that, and I was just like, well. Oh, okay. So you're coming at it like a charity. You want to try to help somebody. Oh, that's. I remember you told me that before. Oh, you trying to run a charity? And you go, you're looking at it as a charity. And it kind of sounded a little bit condescending, sending that. And I was like, oh, you're looking at it making a charity, not making. She's like, well, he's a good guy. He's only going to be here, and he's only going to be here 4 days a week. And I was like, well, if you went and got an apartment complex, they'd be like, oh, you can be here as little as you want. You still got to pay the full month's rent. You still got to pay first, last, app fee, deposit. You still got to pay all this stuff and your own bills, you know? I'm like, they don't care how many days you're not there.
For real.
And then she just stuck in her head. I said, well, I didn't ask her. I was like, well, why are you even throwing it out there, asking people if you know in your head you want to charge a friend of the family $500 a month?
Yeah.
You know, do that. That's fine. But don't ask like, you want real advice, because we're going to give you real advice, right?
Yeah. Some people ask for advice to clarify their own thoughts, to get to enable their own thoughts. They are looking
I see
for
that.
advice.
That's dangerous, because we can do that too on the Facebook groups, right? Try to validate what we already, you know, like our hypothesis. We try to prove our own hypothesis.
Exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I just got off a consulting call before we started casting, and I had told her how I was doing the timeshares, and she had a timeshare. And she kept saying, like, when we first got it, I eventually convinced her what I was doing was okay. because she was like, "Oh, I'm scared to get a VA. They're gonna have all my information." I'm like, "They're not gonna have any of your information. You can use Airbnb Teams." And I'm like, "As far as logging in, they don't have any credit card information." She's like, "Well, they can go." One of those people who always throw a wrench in the plan, like this can't work because of this. And then eventually, I just told them, like, "Look, I've been doing this multiple years, and the problems you're talking about, never had them at all." She's like, "Oh, really? You've been doing this 2 years and never?" I'm like, "Yeah, never had a problem." But what it is some people, it's really understanding your risk tolerance and understanding, are you trying to grow this or are you just trying to validate your fears? You know what I mean?
Right,
so
right.
You have to have that. Are you trying to validate your fears or are you trying to grow? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't ask questions if I'm about to just try to validate my thoughts. Like, what? I'm going to ask about my thoughts and ask if they're right. Like, okay, well, hey, if I put this information in there, will they grab it? Something like that. So I can have dialogue. But yeah, people ask questions to validate their thoughts, man. You like, all right, man, you ain't asking this to learn nothing. This is to argue.
That's the thing. I was at, I'm gonna get all fancy college here, but Voltaire that said, "Don't judge a man by his answers, judge a man by the questions he asks." And I thought that was really cool,
Yeah.
And I was like, it makes sense too, because but I take it a step further. Not just the questions you ask, because like you said, a lot of people are just looking for validation, right?
Yeah.
Asking great questions, but with an open mind and receiving the answers. That's the other part of it. Because for example, when I asked that group about, putting these sofa beds in the rooms, and 50% said it would be okay, other 50% said no, and then I started getting pictures of sofa beds that they had, and I started thinking, man, and my own hypothesis was I think that would be a cool idea, freaking IKEA out a room sofa bed, that's cool. And then now I'm thinking, just from the feedback, I'm leaning more towards real beds, and that I'm just proving my own hypothesis. But so yeah, I went in with a kind of like I just kind of did want some validation, but then I got both sides of the story, and I'm kind of changing my hypothesis.
Yeah, man. It's all about growing. And one thing, like when you were saying those Airbnb groups, you also, what I sometimes do when I ask a question, only answer this if you've done it before. That's one thing, because you get people answering who ain't never done it, and they're just giving you this, and I'm like, you ain't even done this before? Nah.
And the first 10 messages are following, because people want to, they want to know the answer too.
Yeah, definitely. And I straight, hey, if you've never done this, don't answer. You know what I mean? Because I want some legit advice from people who've done it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, so.
So yeah, ask good questions and don't be afraid to disprove your own hypothesis.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, what I was have you heard of Rank Breeze?
Rank Breeze?
Yeah.
No.
It is a new one out there. It is I think our friend Jasper from Get Paid for Your Pad was talking about it. It pretty much helps you helps you rank your listing higher by telling you what needs to be changed, what's hurting your listing, and it helps you with SEO.
Okay.
So, and right now I just got enrolled in this SEO course. Me and my boy, we just got enrolled in an SEO course. That's another thing. Continue your education at all times, man. Stay learning.
Search engine optimization. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got an SEO course, and but yeah, this thing called Rank Breeze. Go to rankbreeze.com to check it out. I haven't used it yet, but I heard it has some pretty good results. Jasper, seen Jasper talking about it as well. But yeah, check it out.
Cool.
I'm gonna go back to one thing when you were talking about knowing yourself. One thing I have to learn also is patience.
Yes, me too.
Me
too. That was my other thing. My other weakness is big time.
Patience
sucks, dude. I hate knowing that I gotta wait 5 days or 10 days for this particular thing to happen. I'm like, why can't it just be now? But you just gotta wait.
I know, man. The reason that hurts me with patience, and what really, who helped me with patience was Adam James. He told me when I was looking to build that house. Two people told me, they were like, slow down and be patient, because they were like both like, I know you're gonna go do it, but you're gonna do it too fast. Just slow down and be patient. There was Adam James and who comes to our meetups, Erwin and Adam both told me, hey, be patient. And I've really been slowing down. Like I was like, I start taking things a step at a time. I'm like, I have all this stuff coming, but I'm trying to make a move right now. I want another house tomorrow. So I started slowing down. I'm like, look, we got this house in Jacksonville that's coming up. I'm like, let me focus on that. Once we get that done, and that'll grow into something else. You know what I mean? I was like, let me start working on it like that. And today, you know, I had the day off. I've been taking care of Mahogany. I've been working on other stuff that I haven't had the time to do. You know, creating small little snippets for my VA. You know, getting things done with him that I can help him train so I can have some more time. But yeah, patience is tough, man. That's what I'm working on. But yeah, go ahead. What you're about to say? I just had to throw that in there.
No, that's good. We got to alert our Houston buddies, our Houston friends, that Kanye West is going to go to Joel Osteen's church and make an appearance over there.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And it's funny because they're saying they're having to do like Ticketmaster tickets for this event because there's so many people going to want to show up because Kanye's there, right? Because you know, Kanye's he's found God again, or however many times, I don't know. He's into God now, right? Big time. You know, he went
Jesus
from
Walks, right? He always been into it.
Yeah, he did Jesus Walks, and then he, you know, whatever, and then made a lot of money, and then he got into Trump for a little while, and then he bounced on that, like, kind of sort of, and now he's into God real big.
Did y'all see that? You remember a long time ago? I'm sorry, but it was a meme, and it was too funny, man. Y'all remember that meme a long time ago? You remember Kanye came out a long time ago and said George Bush don't care about black people?
Yeah.
They made another meme, and they put Kanye's head off, and they put George Bush's head on it, and he was saying Kanye West don't care about black people. My homeboy posted that. I was dying laughing. I was like, you stupid. But yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, that's funny. And,
go ahead. What was he doing?
So anyways, he so now he's big into professing his love for God. Yeah, more power to him. Yeah. And he's going across, I guess he's going across the country to mega churches and doing his thing and doing his doing his like breakfast mixers that are like, I've heard about these. You pay like $55 and you get like a plate with like 2 shriveled up pieces of bacon and like a half a pancake or something. It's like that made it online too. You look up Kanye West church breakfast or whatever, and like meet and greet stuff going on. And he's big into the church thing now, and so he's gonna go to Houston mega church, and the big, probably most famous church in the country right now. That is it, Lakewood or Lakewood Baptist.
I don't know, the church of Lakewood letting people in Harvey.
Well, yeah, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Harvey Church.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, he's gonna make an appearance there, and I was saying we should tell our peeps because I mean, just Kanye's coming to town. It's like a concert kind of, right? So there's gonna be some Airbnb activities going on. So yeah, rent out your Airbnb, raise your prices, guys.
Actually, another event that comes to Dallas every year that you really can make some money on, that people come in from out of town. TD Jakes' little church expo every year.
Oh yeah.
Man. Hey, I'm telling you, if you know church people, man, like with these mega churches and whatnot, anything that they brings a bunch of money down here. Like that, when TD Jakes has that little expo, man, I've had somebody book me in that before. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a.
And then you get to your house after they leave, it's full of beer bottles, alcohol, and some lines on the table. Hey,
some lines on the table.
Yeah, we're church people.
Oh man, you're crazy.
I ain't saying that's all.
But yeah, man. Yeah, a lot going on in the Airbnb world. Airbnb's going through some changes. They're getting ready to IPO. They're about to verify all the listings, apparently. I don't know how that's supposed to work or how they're going to do that, but it'll be interesting to see. You know, I really don't even have any idea of how they're going to do the verify all 7 million listings, but I don't even know if your listing doesn't get verified, I guess you get kicked off, which I don't know what that means, but I don't know if that's going to go after arbitragers or what. You know what I mean? So I doubt it, though, because they're bringing in too much money. But we'll see. We'll see.
Now, one thing I did read an article, and I think I put it on here too, about an Airbnb scam that's been going on. And I guess I've I haven't been real aware of this one, but I could see how it happens. How these and it mentioned this particular Airbnb scam going on in Chicago. These people were getting duped, by these scammers would show this beautiful place, this beautiful house, right? And these people would book it, and then come time to the day before, a few days before, they're gonna go check in. They already got their plans to go to Chicago. They're gonna watch this concert. They're gonna do the whatever, Taste of Chicago. They got their plans already. And these people hit them up, say, "Hey, something happened at the house. Somebody flushed something down the toilet. All the toilets are backed up. All the plumbing's messed up. But luckily we got we got a nice spot across town. It's better. It's bigger. All this stuff. Anyways, and so these people, he goes, but we got to have you, and he says, we got to have you sign this thing that it's cool. You're not going to leave us a bad review and blah blah blah." And so these people are like putting a crunch, like, what can I do? I can't cancel my plans now. We're going tomorrow, flights booked, everything. And so they said, "What? You said the place is better?" "Yeah, it's better. You love it, blah, blah." Okay, I guess we'll do that. And they sign whatever thing they got to sign. And then they fly over there, and they get to this spot, this terrible part of Chicago, with fucking going through these alleyways to this freaking hood. They see a door with a thing on it with a code, and they get in there, and it's just like a freaking crack house looking place, man. It's like, it's big, but it's just like nasty ass sofas, nasty ass whatever beds, and it's just the most disgusting place I've ever seen. Rats and roach infested. It's just like this freaking halfway house looking thing. And so, but they already promised, or they gave the guy, the guy pressured him and this and that. They call him up, "Hey, this is a problem, blah blah." He goes, "Oh no, blah. You can't, you have, we can't do a refund and this and that. You got to leave you can't leave a bad review or this and that." And so people have been, they pressured into leaving good reviews, not only after getting screwed like that out of their money and putting them in a crack house. So these beautiful houses never exist. They're just doing this to everybody and funneling them to these freaking nasty ass piece of crap, crack.
Damn, man.
Crack.
There's some hustlers, man.
Yeah, but they found out these people they're doing it all over the country, not just in Chicago. So I guess in that respect, in that the verification, the Airbnb verification thing would be good. They verify that this is an actual spot.
Yeah.
People are staying there, and you got good reviews and blah blah blah. Not just, you're just a bait and hook, switch them at the last minute to some crappy ass place,
Yeah, it's like that lady or whoever it was who got caught renting out the New York City Housing Authority houses, the Section 8 houses, man, up in New York. Because, that's illegal as hell. But I was like, damn, that's a good hustle. She said, the lady said she saw NYC ACH when she walked in, and she didn't know what it was. She got up in there, and there was roaches next to the bed. New York City Housing Authority, man. I was like, oh, damn.
As long as she got a good deal.
I don't know how good of a deal you can get in New York, man. But yeah, man, there's some crazy stuff. But hopefully that the listing verification does cut down on all that. But
we showed up at hotels before that. We get there and it's like, what the hell is this crap, man? People do it.
Yeah, hotel chains, you know what you're getting, man. You stay at the Red Roof Inn, man. Usually. You know what you're getting. You know what you're
usually.
Getting. You book if you book like a hotel, a Marriott, or go down to the Omni and it's looking trash up in there, yeah, you gotta holler at somebody for that.
I stayed at a Hojo one time in Corpus.
A what? A Hojo?
A Hojo, Howard Johnson. I got there, we got to the room. I'm like, how the hell do I turn on this freaking TV? And I called the front office and like, oh yeah, we keep the remotes in here because people steal them. So I had to go to the damn front office in the middle of the night, get a damn remote control.
In Corpus Christi?
Corpus Christi. It wasn't.
Damn, I thought Corpus was upscale suburbs.
This wasn't right close. No. Corpus got some rough spots, bro.
For real?
Real rough spots. Yeah, Corpus got some rough spots.
Damn, I ain't nothing about Corpus, man.
Yeah, a lot of poverty over there.
For real?
Yeah, I mean, there's rich. You're close to the water, right on the water. Rich people. But you just go out a little bit. Yeah, It's a lot of poverty over there, a lot of crime.
Damn, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the Selena Museum, studio museum, whatever. It's in a little rough area. So just to pre-warn people that want to go see the Selena Museum, it's out of their old studios where they recorded the songs and stuff. And but it's in a little sketchy part of town, so don't be surprised. You get some badass Mexican food there. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little sketchy over there.
Yeah,
helps if you know Spanish. So that, and the Hojo, and then they turn the water off after 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. The water turns off. It was like, man, this is not a Howard Johnson. This is not like the pictures. My wife thought it was cool. She just got here from Mexico. She's like, "This is a pretty nice place." I was like, "No, this ain't nice." In America, this ain't nice. Sorry, honey. I don't know. This episode.
Oh man, but yeah. Speaking of that, like when you were saying going into like bad neighborhoods, it's funny you say that. So I'm getting ready to get my new listing up, and one thing I do, and this is a little tip that I use when setting up a new listing, writing up reviews, I go find the baddest Airbnb in that area, baddest one on the block.
The worst one.
No, the best. I'm sorry.
Baddest. Okay.
Like the best Airbnb.
Bad isn't good.
Bad isn't good. My bad, Joe. Yeah, good thing you caught me on that. And our guests would have probably been like, "What the hell?" After I'm about to say this. The best Airbnb, I go find the best one, and I go look at their descriptions. I look at their descriptions, and I look at their reviews. And what I do is I'll take all their, if it's descriptions that can relate to mine, I'll take it. I straight copy and paste it. I put in my description, and also I'll go look at their reviews, and I'll go find all their negatives and all their positives. I see what they have that's positive. I find out what they have that's negative. And one of the middle rated ones, they were like, there was a few of them. They were like, "Yeah, it's great Airbnb, but it's in the hood. It's in a very sketchy part of town." So what I did is I took that part and I made sure I put in my title safe and quiet down there, just so they know it's not like, that's one thing I use. I go see other people's negatives and their positives. I put the positives in there and I take whatever negatives they have and I make sure that's highlighted as a positive on mine. So that's just a good way to what you can stay ahead of your competition, man. Using other people's reviews and using their descriptions,
You're thinking like a computer programmer, man, stealing people's code.
Straight up, that's what I do, man. It ain't copyrighted, so I'm running with that.
I'm just learning a little bit about that myself.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
You could like click on something on the right of the screen of your browser, and then you can go to the
code,
the developer, developers, and you can see all the stuff that they. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool, man.
I don't want people to hop in. Like at work, and I'm in IT. So like if we have something where you forget a password, we have a developer on site. He'll go in and inspect and he can grab the password and put it in clear text off that. But most websites nowadays should have enough security, but it is possible. But yeah, he was a programmer. He showed me. He goes, "Oh yeah, you can put those in clear text if you ever forget the password." I'm like, "Oh shit," but he was. ACH hacker and all that stuff, but you can grab code.
I know it's that easy. That's cool.
Oh yeah, you can just put right click, push inspect, and
and I heard and something like this, and that's because we talk about SEO on this podcast and about having getting your Airbnb on Google, on Facebook, on all these Instagram, just to bring you up in the rankings.
Yeah,
and what I heard, like if you're doing the website thing. And I heard that on some other podcast that, to build a nice website, hey, I'm just going to go find a nice website, grab all their code and build it just like that and change up a couple things. It goes, and I heard that Google punishes people for that because they can tell when you put a website up that's just like a clone of someone else's website. Yeah. They punish you. They throw you at the bottom for that.
Mm-hmm. You got to clone, and if you do clone, you got to know how to clone it. You know what I mean? You got to make subtle changes in there. Yeah, definitely. They definitely will.
So that's something to think about.
To touch on was determining like demand, like places where short-term rentals meet the demand. Because the other day you guys may have seen me post like Vancouver, Washington has no short-term rentals. But in actuality, they do. It's just they didn't have short-term rentals available at the time I was looking, which is for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, damn.
They're all booked up.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, damn, if it's like at that point we were like 3 weeks out from Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, and they're already booked. I'm like, shit. I mean, if I was up there, I'd make I'd get some more Airbnbs. I mean, I know they get booked if I'm looking in that area, because if you go straight across the bridge, because this is Vancouver, Washington, which is right across the bridge from Portland, Oregon. Now, if you go to Portland, Oregon, a whole bunch of listings are available. So what that told me, I'm like, it's people that it sounds like people are preferring Vancouver over Portland because you're in the suburb of Portland and not actually in Portland. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I would make an Airbnb out there to see how it does. Because one, I know there's Airbnbs out there because a few people from Vancouver, Washington actually follow our podcast on Instagram. And they've showed me pictures of their Airbnbs out there. And I was like, damn. So I just started kind of looking at that like, that's a good way to determine if your market's supply can't keep up with the demand. That's the little hidden gem in there. Like, maybe we should put Airbnbs in this area. But yeah, that's just something to look at, especially around the holidays. Mm-hmm. If a city's booked up around the holidays, it ain't enough Airbnbs in that area. Or if it's a whole bunch of places available during the holidays, it might be oversaturated.
And Vancouver's expensive as fuck, man. It's expensive, dude. Like a house here that's 1,500 square foot would be at least $1 million over there. It's just stupid expensive.
Yeah.
So good luck, and hopefully they don't change the laws on you, because then you'll be stuck with an expensive ass payment,
Sure. Yeah, that's the only thing about doing it out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be up there for Thanksgiving. I might. In
Vancouver.
Vancouver and Portland.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna be over there.
You have family in Vancouver?
Yeah. Well, remember, I'm talking about Vancouver, Washington, not Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Vancouver, Washington, which is right across the bridge. You just take a bridge and you go to Vancouver, Washington. You take the bridge back down and go to Portland.
Okay, because I've been to Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah, I've been up there too.
Beautiful,
man, it's beautiful up there.
Have
you ever been to Victoria?
No.
Vancouver's beautiful. Vancouver's outdoor beautiful, and so is Victoria. But Victoria, you got the water, you got the buildings, man. Victoria, Canada, man. Like if I was to ever move back to the Northwest, I'm either moving to Victoria, Seattle, or Vancouver, Canada. Yeah,
Did you have some poutine out there?
Some what?
Some poutine. Poutine?
What's poutine?
It sounds funny, but it's actually really good. It's these French fries in like with cheese curds, which is little like cubes of this white cheese, and then with gravy over, the brown gravy on top. It's called poutine. Poutine. Next time you go out there, have some. They even have it at even a burger joints has their own version of poutine.
I might have had it, but it's been so long.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
It's just fries with that white cheese, and the gravy is phenomenal. And they even have different poutine restaurants all the way up and down the downtown, and so they do all kinds of different poutines. But that's just the regular. I didn't say poutine. I said poutine.
Hey, that showed what I thought you said at first. I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, that's why I asked. I'm like, I could answer that question, but we might get a little off topic. But
keep it clean.
But yeah, we was like, yeah, we might get a little off topic, so that's why I had to ask to get that clarification.
Clarify. So yeah, it's been a good ep 106. Yeah. I think we covered some good stuff and talked about some mindset things and a couple actionables. But yeah, I want to lead into the next step. The next step is like a big topic on the next one is and you right away. I think you get it right away. But it's the big topic on the next episode. Tune in is going to be entrepreneur porn.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I'm not even going to clarify that. You're going to have to listen to the next step. It isn't what you think. It's called entrepreneur porn. And so, this has been a good ep. And, don't be thrown off by the word porn because, people use it for whatever.
Food porn. Yeah.
Food
I don't
porn,
think that no like longer throws people off.
Hopefully not. Or throws them on. You never know.
Ooh. Nah, the word porn now means something that's addictive or you can't resist.
Yeah, like steroids, he's like a madman. I don't know, whatever, on steroids. They name it on steroids. And that pizza's good. It's like a regular pizza, but on steroids, That's how they use porn now as an adjective. But anyways, this has been a good ep. It's good to get back on the horse. And man, where can they find us? Yeah, man. Remember to check us out on IG, Facebook, Twitter. Check us out on the brand new one, TikTok. We are on TikTok. Oh, we TikToking it? Yeah, we're TikTok. And check us out on YouTube.
Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. And, man, we appreciate the love and support. Thanks for being listeners. Also, if you want to get your women, if you're ready to get your health and fitness game together, be sure to follow Mahogany Artis on IG. She's down for the count right now, but she will be back at it. Follow her IG. She get all your fitness and nutritional needs. We are out.
Later.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.